Today we are going to start our lecture number 4, ICT chapter 4 HTML. And in this chapter, today we are going to learn about HTML basic structure. This is our previous lecture. And image in details plus tag and attributes which is related to this image. And tag list and classification of list in details. After that, tag and attribute related to list. Then nested list. This is the advanced part. After that, hyperlink usage, image and list, then HTML code practice as usual. So now start. This is our basic HTML structure that you have to write this structure for each and every HTML code if you want to create a web page or website, and if you want to display anything to your web page. So that means you have to start this HTML tag, then head, title, body. This tag are very common, and you have to write this tag. After that, we have to move our next topics. This is a image, and if I want to display this image in our website, this is the batch of 2022, I guess, HSC batch 2022. And here, if I want to display this image in our web page, then we have to know some information. Some information given with this image, like the image height should be 262 pixel, the width should be 350 pixel, or it can be written like a dimension 350 into 262. Okay, if you have these kinds of information, then you have to remember that the first part indicates the width of the image and the second part indicates the height, and this part is called the width part and this is the height part. Then the title of the image is ICT extra class. Like if I uh, uh, if I place my cursor over this image, then the bottom of the cursor we have to see the title. The title should be ICT extractor. This is the title for image, and after that the alternative text is given. This is the ICT class image. Like if you don't have this image in your website, like if you load the website, then if your browser can't load this image, then the size of the image will be blank. Then you have to see this alternative text instead of this image. Okay, that's why we have to place this alternative text if the image don't show in the website. Then the alternative text works and it will be show uh, for this image, and the text is ICT class image. And if I want to display this image, we have to know some more information for this image. Like you have to know the file name. Like if you capture a image with your mobile phone, or if you have an image in your computer, this image must have this file name, like student1.jpg, the file name of this image. Okay, so how do you know this is a image file name? Because we already know the file extension for image. If you have any name with this extension like .jpg, jpeg, png, bmp or gif, then you have to understand that this is the file for image. Okay, now this file contains this jpg format. That means we sure that this is a image file. Okay, also we have to know some tag and attribute for this image. Like the tag is img. This img tag is responsible to display any image to a website. Then attribute, we have to write this src attribute. Src indicates source. The full form of src is source, and this source contain the file name of the image. Like student1.jpg is the source of this file. If you have if you want to display one image in your website, then you have to pick the image from your computer or mobile phone, right? So that means how do computer know that which image you want to display in your website? That means uh, you have to give the command to the computer and give the image name to the computer that I want to display this image. And for this reason you have to write this image name inside of this src attribute. After that we need to write this height and width. this is not the mandatory attribute, but source is the mandatory attribute, because without this source name you can't display any image in your website. But if you have this height and width information in your question paper, then you have to write this height and width attribute. Okay, if you have the title and alternative text in your question paper, then you have to write this title and alter, otherwise you don't need to write this attribute. Okay, so this title attribute are responsible for this title ICT extra class, and if you want to display this alternative text, then you have to write this alt attribute. Okay, so that's all for image. Then have any question? No, sir. Okay. Then the next part is list. Then lists are classified into two types. There is two types of list we know. One is order list and another one is unordered list. So what does it means? What does it means the order list? If a list contains the sequential, right, 1 2 3, this is called the order list. And if you don't have this sequence, that means this is the unordered list. And these unordered list contain some bullet point or disks. Okay, so this is called the list item, like Bangla, English, ICT is our list item, SSC, HSC, BSc, this is our list item, and this is called order and unordered list. Okay, now we have three list item for order list, and here we have three unordered list item, but you have you can have more than 3 4 5 6 whatever. Okay, then the structure of the order list should be many type, like the structure can be start this with 1 2 3, but also it can start with any number like 30 31 32 or 50 50 or 52 or many more, or this list can be start with ABC, uppercase and lowercase. Okay, like it can be started with Roman number like Roman 1 2 3 4 5, it is. Now again the unordered list can be changed, like the list structure can be changed for this disk type, like this is a disk type style, this is a circle style, this is a square type style, right? So if you want to change this style, you can change it, and if you want to change this numbering also you can. Now the related tag and attribute for this list is, if you want to create order list, you have to make sure to write this OL tag. Okay, O for order, L for list, so the tag name is order list, and this is the OL tag. For unordered list, you have to write this UL tag, start and closing part here. And if you want to display any list item inside of this order and unordered list, then you have to write this LI. LI means the list item. Like if you want to display three list item, that means you have to write this LI tag three times inside of this OL tag. If you want to write four unordered list item, then you have to write li tag four times instead of this ul tag. Okay, so order list ol, unordered list ul, and li for list item. And again you have to write some attribute if you want to change the type or the style of the list, then you have to write this type attribute. And if you want to start any uh, order list with any number, then you have to write this start attribute. Okay, so this start attribute only applicable for order list. Now we must practice this part later on the class, so we just know the tag and attribute here. After that, this is the advanced part of list. This is called the nested list. Like if a list contains another list, this is called the nested list. Here we have some example, like order list, like you have three list item, Bangla, English, and ICT inside of this order list. And if you have another list inside of this Bangla, and this is called the nested list. Okay, so or you can say the sub list, in ICT we call it the nested list. So here A B is the list structure for this midterm result and final result, which is the part of this Bangla. So this is called the nested list. Again, if you want to see the unordered list, there SSC, this is the disk type, and the uh, nested list Bangla version and English version is in a square type style. Okay, Here the nested list example. So you can have these types of question in your exam. If you if the question paper looks more harder than the normal, then you have these kinds of question. Now we have to know the hyperlink uses. The hyperlink we learned about that in our previous lecture. Also, we have to know the structure, how to you use the hyperlink inside of image or list. So here the basic concept of hyperlink, if you want to attach any kinds of link with any image or any text, you have to place this a attribute or anchor tag, and the attribute you need that href. So here the example use case, like if I want to give a link for image, then I have to place the a tag before and after this img tag, and this img tag is a open tag, you know that that's why you don't have any kinds of closing tag for this img. Now for hyperlink for list, if I want to give a link for a list, now how can I do this? For emails, I have to give the a tag before and after this img, but if I want to give a link to a list, then I have to give this a tag inside of this li tag, because at first I have to make sure the list item, then after that I have to give the link to this list item. That's why I have to place this a tag inside of this li tag. Now we have to practice our html code. So let's move on. Here we have two second class HTML source code and the tag text practice. This is our last class lecture, you know. Now we have to create another mm, file. So this is this file for image and list. So I write the name image and list, and we have to change the HTML extension. So yes, I want to change. Now I have to edit with this notepad plus plus. So this is our notepad, and if I open this, this is our output part. Now I have to write this code for image and also for the list. So here I write this HTML code again. HTML, inside of this HTML we have to write this head, and inside of this we have to write our title tag. So here title. So I write the title image and list practice. Okay, here I close the title tag. Then the title is changed here. Now I have to write the body tag. Then inside of the body tag we have to write the our actual code. Okay, now I want to display an image. So here I place the img tag. Like if I place this img tag, now I save the program, and if I reload, then we don't have anything inside of our website, because we don't have any kinds of image name inside of this img tag. Without this name, computer can't understand that what I want to display in my website. So I have to give the source of the image at first. So here I write our attribute name src equal double quotation, and inside of the double quotation I have to write the image name. Here we already have an image, and this image name is student hyphen one jpg. So here I have to copy the image name at first. Then you can write this also. I just copied this and I place the image name here. Now if I save the program, then I want to reload, then we have a image here, but there is a big size image, okay, because there's a highest resolution of the image, but I don't want to display this this image in a larger scale. I just want to resize this image, so I have to resize the image. How can I resize? So for this resizing, you have to place the height and width. Okay, so already we know the height and width because we have the height and width in our lecture, that the height is 262 pixel and the width is 350 pixel here. So I use our height attribute, height 262 px. Okay, and the width should be 350. Okay, now I set the program and reload the program. So then our image is resized according to this height and width. Okay, if you want to change the height and width again, then the image should be changed. Okay, now I have to place the title. So here if I place my cursor here, then we don't have any kinds of title for this image inside for in hover. Okay, so if I want to display any title, so here I want to place the title attribute. So this title integrates the image title. So our title was, ICT extra class. So here I place ICT extra class. So now if I save the program again and reload, then if I place my cursor here, we have the title of the image. This is ICT extra class. Okay, so now if I don't have this image, or if any problem in this image, like if I don't write this dash sign for this image, then if I reload this, our computer don't have this image. Okay, and it just show their title here, IC extra class, but I want to show another title, like the title, another alternative text like ICT class image. Okay, so if I want to display this alternative text, like, so that's why we have to use this all attribute. So ICT class image. Okay, now I save the program and reload this. So we have to see this ICT class image alternative text, every HTML code does not have their title. Okay, like if I don't have this title or this alternative text, so what should be happened here? Like we don't have any text. Okay, so then if I want to display the alternative text, then it just shown their alternative text ICT class image. But if I don't have the title and alternative attribute, then we don't have anything for this image. So for this kinds of situation, you have to write the alternative text. Okay, so here I place the title attribute again, and I have to change the file name. Okay, so this is the actual file name. So that means what you understand, that if you have any kinds of mistake for this HTML code, then your picture will not be displayed in your website. So you have to very careful that you have to write this file or source name correctly, otherwise your picture will not show here. Okay, now if I want to change the alignment for this image, like I want to change the alignment to the center tag, center here, center. So now this image shown in the center. We have to write the center uh, tag, which is the dedicated tag for center alignment. Okay, now if I want to display our another picture, and which picture contain the uh, link, like if I click on this picture, we don't have any link here, right? So if I want to give a link for this picture, like I want to display another picture src, then we have another picture in our folder like student2.jpg. So here I copying this name and place here. Then we see the our another picture. Okay, this is my HSC batch 2022, and here I have to resize this picture again. So I place the height and width attribute inside of this picture. Now if I save the program and reload, the picture size is changed. So I have to change the width, the height again. I want to change the width into 400 pixel, then or 450 pixel. It should be looks good. Okay, I have to set the program first, then reload. Okay, now this is the picture that I want to display. Here if I want to write the px, so what should be happen? Here it has no change. Okay, because if you write this px, that means this indicate the pixel. If you don't write the px, also this width indicate the pixel. Okay, so if you want to write this px, it's okay. If you don't want to write this px, then it's also okay, there is no problem. Okay, now I want to display, I want to give a link for this image. So here for this link I have to write the write the anchor tag. Here I place the anchor tag before img and after img. Okay, so here this is the a tag which is responsible to give the link for any kinds of tag. So here I place the a tag and I place the href attribute for link. Okay, now I give the link inside of this href. I place our website link, https clone double slash www dot, this is my website name. Now if I reload the if I save the program and reload, then this image indicates that this image contain a link. Here if I hover my cursor for this image, this is a just arrow type image, arrow type cursor. But if I place this cursor for this image, we have this hand type. That means this indicates that this image contains a link, and I click on this image, then our link is opened. So in this way we can give the link for this image. Now we have to work for this list. Okay, so do you understand this part or have you any problem? Ariana, do you understand this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now I have to move for list. Now I want to create an order list here. So I place well tag first. Well means order list. So this order, this well tag indicate that they can contain a order list item. Acha. Then we have to place here li tag. At first li means list item. So we have three list item, Bangla, English and ICT. That means we have to place this li tag for 3 times. Okay, so I place this li tag for 3 times. Now I place the name Bangla, sorry, then English and ICT. So now if I reload the program, then we have the list Bangla, English and ICT in order 1 2 3, and this 1 2 3 is our default list structure. Okay, if you use any kinds of OL tag, then you must have this order 1 2 3 by default, because this 1 2 3 comes from this OL tag. Okay, now we want to display our UL tag also. So here we start our UL tag and we close our UL tag. Inside of this UL tag we start li tag and close this li tag. So again we have three list SSC, then HSC, then BSc. So we have three lists for this unordered list. So here this list structure in a disk, and this disk is a default structure for this UL tag. Okay, so in this way you can write this kinds of list, order list or unordered list. Like if you want to give an underline for this Bangla, then how can you uh, do this? So here we place the U tag, and again the U tag inside of this li. So here this underline comes for this Bangla because we used here U tag inside of this li tag. But make sure that you can't use this U tag before this li, because at first you have to create the link, then you have to give the underline for this list. Okay, at first you have to create the list item, right? That's why you have to write this li tag, and after that you have to place this U tag. Okay, then if I want to give this basic I tag, like I for italic, I tag, here I used I closing part. Now if I reload this, then there's BSc in a italic format because I used here I tag. Okay, so in this way you can put any kinds of tag inside of this li tag to change the decoration or modify the style for this image. Okay, now the another part is, if you want to start this program, like I want to copy this well tag and change the name, like I want to write this is physics, and here I want to write accounting, and here I write economics. Now if I reload this, we have three order list item, but I want to display this list item with 4, not 1. Okay, so here if I want to change the starting sequence, then I have to write here start equal double quotation then 4. So now this list start with this 4. Okay, so if you want to change the type, so you can move these things and you can write here type. This type is like A. So if I write here A, that means your computer understand that this list start with this capital A. Then ABC is your list structure. Now if I want to display with this small array, then I write here, then this list start with this small array. Okay, again if I want to start with this Roman, then I start with I, then this is like this. Okay, again if you want to capital Roman number, so here this is your capital Roman number. So in this way you can write the type of the list. So again if you want to start like with C, so how can you start? Or D, do you want to start with D? Like now type A, that means this list start with this A. But if you want to start these things with D, so that means you have to give the command to your computer that you want to start with this D. That means A is your list type and start with 4. That means D is a fourth number of character, right? So here reload, this list start with this D, E, F. Okay, so you can change your style with this type and start attribute. Okay, now I want to display this eval tag again, and I have to modify these things. Now I want to display here MSc or MSc, BBA, and LLM. LLM. Okay, now sorry, maybe it should be MBA should be fine. Okay. Now this is our MSc, MBA, and LLM in unordered list. But I want to change the style type. Like if you want to change, then you have to start write this type attribute, and here you have to write the type of the structure. Like I want to display square. Okay, here I write square type. Okay, then this list turns into square type style. Okay, now if I want to change circle, uh, circle, and this list should be circle type. Okay, this is a disk type which is filled by color, black color circle. And if you want to just circle only the outer line of the circle, then you have to write this circle. Okay, so type should be circle or others. Now if you want to create a nested list, and how do you create this? Okay, so for this nested list, I copying these things again, and I place this here. I want to create a nested list Bangla. Okay, at first I have to remember that this Bangla only contain another nested part. Okay, like for example, this is our nested list. Here only Bangla contain this nested list. English and ICT is not contain this nested part. Okay, so that's why, that means only list item, Bangla list item only contain this midterm part. Okay, so Bangla only comes from this ally tag. That means this ally tag responsible for hold or contain another nested part. Okay, for these things I can close this ally part here, because this ally part also contain another list. Okay, that's why I don't close this part after this Bangla only, because this list also contain our two part of another list. This is midterm result and final exam result. Okay, I want to copy these things. Okay, here for this one I have to place another UL. Okay, because those are OL, because those tags are containing order list. Here I write OL tag. Inside of this OL tag I have to place LI. In this LI, first one is midterm result. I place a midterm, then alighted close. Again, I have to write the final exam result. Final exam result. Okay. So here, this is our actual code. At first, you have to understand these things. This is our main URL tag, which contain these three part: Bangla, English, and ICT. And Bangla is our first list item, English is our second, and ICT is our third. Inside of this Bangla, we also have another list. So here, this is our main list. Inside of this Bangla, so that means we have to place another well tag. This is also another order list. And this order list again contain another two list item. So now if I reload this, so this image contain the nested list. Okay. So here, this list start with this 1, 2. But our question was AB, smaller a, smaller b is our list type. So here I have to place the list type. So this list type should be smaller a. Okay. Now if I reload this, the list type is changed here, A and B. Okay. So in this way you can change the list type. So maybe you have a question that, can I write a unordered list inside of an order list? Definitely you can. Like if you change this UL, and there is no need a type here. If you want to give a type, then you can. Now I reload this, then the list type is changed here. Okay, so in this way you can change. Now if you want to change this list type, place the square. Okay, yes, this square is works for this. Okay, But if you want that you don't need any kind of type, like no disk, no circle, no square, then you can remove this one like this, none. Okay, if you like this, there is no list style type for this another list. Okay, so if you don't want any kinds of list style type, then you can use type none. But if you want to change the style type, then you can use here this square or list for this another list. Okay, so in this way you can change for another list also. This is called the nested list, and this is called the uh, normal list. Okay, now if I want to give a link to any kinds of list item, then what to do? Now here is our ICT, this is our list item, then I want to connect this list with a link. Okay, now for this connection I have to place our a tag, which is responsible for provide any link to a list or any content in your website. So here I provide a tag before and after this ICT inside of this li tag, and then I have to place our href hyperreference attribute, and in this href I have to give the link. Now this ICT contain these links. Now I have to save the program and reload this, and I get the link for this ICT. Now if I click on this, then it will go to the desired website. Okay, so in this way you can give the link to a list item. So we go back to the main page. So that means if you want to modify or change any style for any kinds of list item, then you have to place the tag inside of this li, like I tag or u tag. Okay, so this is the class for html tag, image and list, order list and order list in details with a nested list also, and we clear all the item. But if you have any kinds of question, like if you have the question that you have to uh, display any image in your website, but your question paper does not have any kinds of image name, that means source name, then you can make it by your own. Like if you just relate the topics, like if you are asked for build a website for your school, then you can write the school short form like uh, dcc.jpg. Okay, so you can write this name by your own. Okay, but if you have the name, then you have to place the name. One more thing I have to uh, discuss, if this image have many folder, like this folder name is like a, in this folder we have another folder like b. Okay, so here like this image for x, if your image have multiple folder, like this image, the path of the image is first a folder, after the b folder, then you will have the image. Okay, if the image have multiple folder, then you have to mention the folder name, otherwise your image is not shown. Okay, because computer will not find the image properly. Okay, that's why you have to write the folder name also if you have multiple folder for your image. So here this is our image number student 2, and this image have two folder a. After this a we have to go to our next folder, this is b, and inside of this folder we have the image. So that's why I have to uh, give this structure to my computer also. So that's why I first write the name, the folder a, again slash, then I have to write b slash. That means this slash indicate that I have to go inside of this a folder and b folder, and after this b folder we have the image. If you have the multiple folder like c d e f also, then you have to write a slash b slash c slash d slash e, then you can write the image name. So if you have multiple folder like this, then you have to write the folder name at first, then slash slash, then you have to write the image name. Okay, here I save the program and reload the program, then this program, this image displayed. Okay, in this way you can write. So if you have these kinds of question that your image have multiple folder, then you can give the code like this way. But if you don't have these kinds of question, then you can just directly write the image name instead of the source attribute. And if you ask for height and width, then you can then you have to write this height and width. But if you don't have the height and width for your question or dimension in your question, or don't have the title or alternative text in your question, then you don't need to write these kinds of code. Okay, just you have to make sure the img code, img tag, and the src attribute for your image, and this is a mandatory attribute and tag for displaying any image. Okay, otherwise this is exceptional, or this is a extra part for image. Okay, I just discussed all of the thing related with this image, that if you have any kinds of question in your exam, then you can answer quickly. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any question, you can ask me. No, sir. Okay, Arayana, thank you so much. We'll see table in our next class. Thank you.